Excellent. Hello, my name's Jono, and we're going to introduce ourselves as artists this evening and talk a little bit about what we do and why we do it. First and foremost, we're introducing, I started as a textile artist and I worked a lot in sort of mixed media. Here's a piece of work I did using earth and fabric. A lot of my work was using fabric and textiles, embroidery.
Okay, my background is also in textiles, but recently most of my works have actually become mainly sculptural, although I still love to work with textiles. So this piece here is a handmade felt hood, which is part of a series of works that explore portraiture, looking at...
In 2006, I had the privilege of going to Oxford and doing an iron pour. And it's the first time I started doing work with other artists where I had to share my skills with them. And this is me working down here with a group of other artists. I was learning how to kind of trust other people to work with my work. First iron pour that I'd ever done was 2006.
So, yeah, the iron casting process is something we've been involved in since 2006. It's been a really life-changing experience for Jono and I, and radically changed the way we work. This is me at the back in the picture pouring one of my first pieces. This is the first piece I cast. It's a series of works involving making bits out of toys and various things. So the bombs in the corner, they're made out of eggs from the farm that we were based at. And the planes are done with Cuisenaire blocks that I used to use for counting. A lot of my work's about childhood and also about play, but I like kind of war themes as well. This is a piece called Mother 2. This was actually the first cast iron sculpture I made, and a lot of my work is about relationships. So this piece is exploring me engaging with my making process, exploring my relationship with my mum. And the really surprising thing... You'll have to find out later. One of the other things is we love working with communities. This is a piece I did, which is a memorial piece, working with a group of people with learning difficulties. And it's called The Name Seeds, and all the names of the people based in the centre were written on the pieces. This piece is called Letting Go, and this is really an example of the transformation that can take place when you engage with the creative act. This piece for me was very releasing. It was all about me processing an emotional pain that I'd carried for a very long time. In 2009, we thought, why don't we do this at home? So based in Badger Lee, we built our own furnace and we ran a pour. We poured over 1,000 kilos of iron into sculptures, made new sculptures with a new group of artists, had 300 visitors come, and it was great fun. One of the things that we do as Metal Monkeys, we built the furnace, set up a group called Metal Monkeys, and part of that is to enable other artists to produce work without having to go to a foundry to cast their own work. This is called Madonna of the Rocks, and this is made by one of the artists that came to one of our casting workshops. This is one of the pieces that I made. This is one of my quirky issues. I really hate raisins. So it was kind of anti-raisins, anti-America. The guns are made out of raisins and also kind of bugs and insects. I have a kind of thing for insects as well. But again, it was kind of developing, better quality work, learning more about making things together. The other thing that we really want to do with the Metal Monkeys group is to present our work to the public. So how we do that is we make giant sand moulds, which are open-faced. That's what you can see in the image. And we pour the metal in to display the qualities of the molten metal. On a serious note, we actually really love working with people with vulnerability. We've done a lot of work with people who are experiencing mental distress and with older people services. And that's really something that we've wanted to kind of bring together with the arts practice that we have, the way that we make things, and trying to engage with people and give them the opportunity to see or do that kind of work with us. This is a pair of handmade felt slippers, and these were made by a lady who was in dementia care. We worked with a social care organisation delivering social inclusion, facilitated arts workshops, and this lady was blind, but she still managed to teach other people. This is the last project we've done. It's in Warrington, and we work with a group of dementia care in a dementia care hospital. This is in their car park, so we cast the work in their car park, and it was working with
the patients and residents and staff and family members, and yeah, making the work right in front of them.
During some of the workshops, this is part of that dementia care programme that this is our most recent piece of work. One of the carers cast her hand, and on her hand she wrote "One Big Happy Family," and that was a reflection of her experience of 30 years of working in dementia care.
In October of last year, I was given the privilege of having an opportunity to do a 27-ton iron pour in Detroit. Bearing in mind, in 2006, I'd never seen iron before. I was a specialist on this. The little tiny colours up there, they're hard hats, and the red one's mine. So that gives you a sense of scale. It was quite big.
One of the things that we do within our work as artists is residencies as well within schools and community groups. This was a project I did. This is a piece of work actually by a GCSE student, stone carving, exploring verbal language and how to translate that into visual language.
This is my most recent work. It's actually a tree, a grenade tree, and it's installed in a bunker. And I'm looking at the idea of doing a series of collaborative works with other artists, musicians and performers in bunkers and military sites. So that's my next thing, hopefully, or one of my next things.
This is a recent cast iron giant leaf that I've made, inspired by a leaf from a geranium plant at Park Güell in Barcelona. And it's there because future-wise I want to make installations that live outdoors and respond to the environment that they're in. So more of that, yeah.